Welcome to Wingin' It with Wingo for episode 1 with your host, Derek Wingo, brought to you by Florida Victorious. I'm super excited to bring this to you guys each and every single week with the behind-the-scenes access and getting to know your Gators athletes. If you don't know too much about Florida Victorious, it is a fan club where they offer $15 to $250 a month memberships to be able to help support us athletes to use our voice, not just as athletes, but as well as people, getting to know them and help us win games all around the athletics. I'm excited to have Austin Barber on the show later today, but if you don't already know, the NFL season has started. I'm super excited. I got a stat for you. The Gators are one of 3 programs with Southern California, Michigan, to have at least one player take it in the draft since 1967. That's pretty cool. I mean, my dad was born in '66, and I always laugh at him for being old. So that's a pretty long time. I'm excited for some key Gators to keep an eye on for this season. Obviously, Anthony Richardson, right? You guys know what he did here at the University of Florida, going 4th overall, and then having his injury last year, his shoulder injury, having surgery. So I'm super excited to see him back out on the field. Kyle Pitts, right? You know how explosive he was with that 2020 offense with Kyle Trask, all the weapons that he had, right? You had Trayvon Grimes, you had KT, and going all the way to the SEC championship. That was my freshman year, actually. So that was pretty cool. And then Dameon Pierce, right, playing for the Texans. Everyone knows that viral clip of him running versus Florida State, right, his helmet coming off. I mean, that describes right there what kind of player he really is. With that dog mentality, just having the urge to get in the end zone no matter what it takes. Excited to watch him. And then Ricky Pearsall, right? Seeing the tragic incident that happened recently in San Francisco, but it shows what dedication he has. I remember watching him here at the University of Florida. After each practice, you've seen him, 100 jugs after every practice, dedicated in what he does. After 48 hours after being shot, he was back on the field, right? He's not participating yet, but he's on the field supporting his teammates, being the leader that he is, and just getting healthy. So, shout out to him. Hopefully he gets healthy and excited for him to come out later in this season. Opening it up to college football, right? A big change this year with the college football playoffs expanding to 12 teams. I mean, that's amazing. That gives some of those smaller teams that opportunity for glory. The SEC also expanding 2 teams, adding Oklahoma and Texas. And, we get to play Texas this year, which I think is pretty amazing, right? I've never been to Texas, so we get to travel. That will be a 12 o'clock game, right, to go over there and play Quinn Ewers. And they have a guy, it's popped out, Ryan Wingo, right? I've never met another Wingo in my life. It's funny. I DM'd him this morning, actually, and I was like, "Hey, who's your dad?" Because I was like, I've never met somebody with the last name with Wingo as well. So, that'd be pretty cool to travel out to Texas. That'll be a top matchup. Excited to be able to play out there. Hopefully, I get to run the Matthew McConaughey. I mean, that'd be pretty. All right. He's obviously a iconic person who's got a little bit into the broadcasting world. You get to see him, which is pretty cool. So college football playoffs, how it works. It will be the 4 top-ranked conference champions that will have a bye week, right, for the first week of games. They'll have a bye week, and then the rest of the teams ranked 5 to 12 will play in their, whatever they're ranked, the highest ranked playing, some of the lowest ranked, and then those games will be hosted at those respective stadiums. So imagine having the first round of college football playoffs here in Gainesville at Ben Hill. I mean, I know we packed 93,000 that stadium, but we might pack 100,000, and it gets loud. But being able to host a first round of college football playoffs would be absolutely amazing. So, Coach Napier actually brought up a pretty cool stat in team meetings the other week. So, in 2018, the Gators would have been ranked 10 and been in the college football playoffs. In 2019, the Gators would have been ranked 9th and been in the college football playoffs. And in 2020, they would have been ranked 7 and also been in the college football playoffs. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty cool stat to understand that. I mean, hey, hosting it in your perspective, hometown, and people don't realize having that home crowd is a huge advantage. When you're playing away, right, your offense is having trouble hearing and all these different things, your snap count, whether or not they're going off the hand cadence. getting the different checks. And then, even for us, being the defensive player, playing at home is almost difficult sometimes, but it helps us out with the opposing team on offense. So, in a big-time game like that, playing away for the college football playoffs, being able to host something like that, hopefully in the near future, would be absolutely something amazing. So I'm super excited for that. We don't get to play Oklahoma this year, but I'm sure in the near future that will be on the schedule. We do get 2 bye weeks as well this year. That is something different. So that expands the season a little bit longer than normal. So the playoffs will go a little bit longer into the year. I don't know the exact date, but it goes into January. So that will be something where the college football season will be longer this year. But I'm super excited for my guest that will be coming on to the show. Will be Austin Barber. Austin is a longtime friend, someone who has been a huge leader, right, for this Gators team, right? Someone who has, been a guy since the beginning, since he's been here, who's really just, understand what it means to buy into the process, buy into the program, and, at a young age was able to step up to the plate, do his job, understand the offensive scheme, and just, get it done on the field. And not just on the field, but off the field, doing the things in the weight room, in the film room, understanding defenses, different schemes and stuff like that. So, shortly after this break, we'll get back and have Austin Barber on the Welcome back to Wingin with Wingo. I'm excited for our first guest for episode 1, Austin Barber. Austin, how you doing?
Good. I'm happy to be on this podcast with you and everything like that.
Austin, obviously, let the people know who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, I'm Austin Barber, number 58. I play left tackle, and I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. Duval.
Yeah.
Austin, left tackle, right? You've been starting since your sophomore year, right? Left tackle, most important position on the offensive line, the blind side of the quarterback. That's where the big money's made.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the big money maker on the offensive line. What is that like for you in college football? How that's been, just understanding how important that job is for you.
Yeah, for me, I think it's very important, especially with the trust that, our coaches have with me, and especially with Graham being the quarterback, and he trusts me in these being his blind side, and that's a big task for me, but I've been handling it well. I think I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think you've been doing an amazing job. When you talk about the left tackle, that's something obviously that is very looked at in the NFL, right? It's a very important position. So obviously the NFL process going up, I know a little bit about how it works, right? For a linebacker, going through the different trainings, where you travel, if you're signing with an NFL agent. What does that look like for you going into, when you look a little bit forward, right? We like to take things one step at a time, but looking forward, obviously you have to for your future. What does that NFL process look like for you as a left tackle?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same. Like, you just go, you find an agent, you find where you're going to train at, and, take that process one step at a time. I haven't really looked too much into it, just focus on the season. But, as it's getting closer and as we're getting into this, this big decision for me and my family, I think it's something that, I have to start looking into.
That's going to be pretty cool. So, if you had the opportunity to play for the Jags, back at home, close to your family, is that would you go play for them if you had the chance to?
Oh yeah, that's definitely the dream. Being back at home. I have over so many family members in there, and But I think just being back in Jacksonville, where it started and where I started the love for football, I think would be very cool.
Yeah, I know your family. Very family oriented, right? Comes to all the games, travels away to them. But if you could play for any team in the NFL, who would it be?
I've gotten this question a lot just from friends and stuff like that. But for me, I think it'd be the Tennessee Titans. That area is so beautiful. Raising a family there, thinking about future and things like that. I think it's just something that's very pretty, very very nice.
Nashville, home of the Music City.
Oh yeah.
Get my cowboy hat and my boots, and we can go out there. All right. So for this, I know last season you had a shoulder injury. You had shoulder surgery. I did as well, right? So we were kind of going through the process together of, in my opinion, I think that shoulder surgery is one of the worst. Yeah. But, obviously the knees are tough as well, but shoulder surgery, it's hard. You can't sleep for a while. You're in that brace, sleeping in a recliner. You can't do much. You can't run for a long time. So, how was that for you going through that process of just basically doing all that rehab and getting back? Obviously playing left tackle is a very physical position. Just getting back for you.
Yeah, I think it was a long process, especially playing offensive line. I used my upper body a lot, but I think it went great. The guys that we had in the training room and who I worked with was very well oriented and with my rehab and things like that. I felt confident, every single day going in. Some days it was harder than others, but, at some point it was back to getting the ball.
Yeah, so that's why I throw it to Coach Napier about how amazing job he's done with, Team Miles and Jake, right? Let's talk about Team Miles for a second. The job that he's done, since he's been our strength coach is absolutely amazing. When we get to see our numbers of just like the transformation of your body and doing all the injury prevention things, I feel like that had a big impact on yours and mine. Recovery, coming back to the game, all the numbers that he uses, and that goes to Jake as well. Jake on the nutrition side, making sure you're putting the right things in your body to be able to help your body rejuvenate and heal. And I think that's sometimes people don't realize the behind the scenes stuff that goes on as a college athlete, not just in football, in any sport, of how like important that is. And I know that you're excited to have Team Miles. Younger guy gets after it. I mean, we all have a great relationship with Team Miles, so I'm excited to have them, being our coaches and doing some of that kind of stuff. So I want to get into talking about your recruitment, right? Coming to the University of Florida. Where were you between your top schools, and what made you decide to come here to the University of Florida?
So when it came to early signing period, it was between Miami, Ole Miss, and then Florida came in really late. But, for me, growing up a big Florida fan in Jacksonville, my whole family bleeds orange and blue. Just coming to the games and seeing all the traditions and all the guys before me play. I knew where I wanted to go in the beginning, and the minute I got the chance to come, I signed the papers the same day they offered me, and just like that.
Quick decision.
Yeah.
So when we were talking before, you said you were committed to Minnesota?
Yeah. I made that decision when COVID happened. Had a great relationship with the coaches there, and I'm happy that I turned out here, but there was things that I had to think about, and I think I made the best decision for me.
Yeah, COVID was a crazy year. I know it was for me as well. That was my first year coming to college, so it was definitely something I wasn't prepared for, expecting. I know recruitment was pretty. So did you get to take official visits?
No,
for you?
I didn't have a single official visit, and when I came here, Coach Mullen was like, "We're going to give you the official visit, feeling of a weekend," but fall camp happened.
Yeah, right into fall camp, right into the season. I remember when I was here during COVID, they were giving like the virtual reality tours of the facilities and stuff like that. So that definitely was a difficult time in recruiting in college football. I know there were weird seasons. Yeah. So now we'll get to some of the Q&A stuff, kind of more laid back, answering away games. How effective are away games? For you as an offense, playing SEC away games, having to make checks on the OLine. How difficult is that for you playing that position?
Yeah, I think it's pretty difficult. We are a communication-based position, especially the five guys are on the field with the quarterback and the running back. But I think we do a great job of doing different things to get us in the right situation that doesn't really need communication. But them fans in the other stadium are pretty loud, so it gets tough sometimes.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then talking about this $100 million facility we just got. We've been waiting a long time for this. I know I have. I know all of you guys have. The recruits have. $100 million facility. All the benefits in it.
Yeah.
All the treatments, all the different things you can do. I know you take advantage of the golf simulator.
Yeah, I'm in the
golf time.
I'm in the golf simulator all the time, trying to get that swing right.
Yeah, so they have a little basketball thing over there. They have the pool, and then everything back is all football related, right? You have the training room, which is absolutely amazing with the hot tubs, the cold tubs, the steam room, all those things. The water beds.
Yeah.
I got a chance to take a nap for that today. So talking about that, how beneficial is that for you as a college athlete and taking care of your body to be able to get yourself to the next level?
Yeah, especially with my shoulder surgery and being out, I definitely took advantage of the training room and all the things I had to offer. I was in there day in and day out. Started my morning in there and ended my night in there. But there's a lot of things in there that are very beneficial. Cryo, definitely the cryo. That's one big thing that we take advantage of.
People don't realize how cold that thing is. Negative 170,
something like that.
Negative 170 degrees.
You can only be in there for a few minutes, but I just think we do a great job of using all of the the things they have for us and they have to offer, and I think that's a good thing that what we have.
Yeah, that's important. Take advantage of your opportunities. Take advantage of all the things that are offered to you to make yourself not only the best person you are, but the best player you can be. A lot of things have changed this year in college football. One of the things they've added is not only the mics and the helmet, but iPads on the sideline. For you as offensive lineman, I know for me as a defense, you come in on the sideline, you can see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So now making adjustments, you don't wait to halftime to make those adjustments, right? You can make them the next drive.
Yeah.
Going back, seeing he'll combo block to here, right? You're doing, your Ricky, your Louie sliding over here with the 6-0 to 5-0 protections. How was that for you being able to use that, iPad on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think it's crazy because, last year we didn't have them, and it was kind of hard to make adjustments in game real time, but now that you can see the whole big picture of everything and see how the play went out, you can look at your footwork and see what you did wrong and how these steps could affect something and how a mic point can change a play and things like that. And, we've definitely taken advantage of how we've been using them and how we've been trying to, make us better each drive.
Yeah, so not only with the iPads is the mics that we've added. I know that, the middle linebackers are able to use it and the quarterback of the offense. So, that's kind of transitioned to, getting the call in the huddle a lot often rather than using hand signals. So, we've seen it on TV, right? You're covering your ears, trying to hear the call, and then giving that to you guys. Is that, how do you feel with that transition of not just signs, being able to come in the huddle? Like, I know that's a little bit different. How does that work?
Yeah, it definitely can change the tempo of a game. That's the big thing about it. We're getting the play from the quarterback right there. He's hearing exactly what's called and things like that. So it takes away the errors based on signs and things like that.
Being on the same page.
Yeah, which is really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, as you know, I'm excited for all the away games that we have this year.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that's going to come into play. That's what it's all about in college football, right?
Yeah.
How can you, 11 guys on the field, get on the same page and be able to execute the best you can? So I'm excited for that. And another thing that opened up was the college football playoffs. Talking about that a little bit earlier. 12 teams. I'm super excited how it's going to turn out and how it's going to end. I talked about the teams in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, Florida Gators would have had the chance to be in the college football playoffs. So I know that's something definitely you're looking forward to have the opportunity for that. And the younger teams, not younger teams, but the smaller teams possibly having a chance to do that as well. Yeah. SEC added Oklahoma and Texas. Yeah. Going away to Texas this year. I mean, I know I'm excited for that. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've never been to Texas, playing in that stadium. There's a lot of great traditions with them, and I'm excited to go to Austin and play there.
Yeah, I mean, that should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Austin, you are a leader on this team. You have been for a long time, not just vocally, not just athletically, all around. What made you like that? I know, your family is very family oriented. Is there something specific, that led you to be the way that you are today?
Yeah, I think being a young player playing as a young player, that just learning from the guys that have been through like Richard Garage went through. He was a leader on the team, and definitely seeing Ant playing with Ant and all that stuff. I think that was something that was very important. I think I learned a lot of my leadership qualities from my brother. He played college ball at Charleston Southern, and he was a big time leader on the team. And for me, I always picked his brain. I keep picking his brain to this day to figure out the leadership qualities that he has. I can use for our team.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's obviously that's had a big impact on you, and now I almost feel like not just for you but for me as well. It's our job now to pass that down to the younger guys on our team, and I know that you and Jake Slaughter, big leaders on the offensive line. You guys are taking care of business and be able to do that. How's your relationship with Slaughter and the guys in the offensive line being a close knit group of guys?
Yeah, me and Jake have been boys since I guess junior year of high school. Playing him in high school my junior and senior year, and we moved in. When I moved into the dorms, me and him were roommates. We just built that relationship and that bond that I think is unbreakable. And I think just having that relationship with him and that OLine room is just something that's very important. We built a very good relationship without that whole entire room, and I think it's something that's very important because a lot of times people don't see how close we are together in games, but we're on the field, we're communicating things like that. We come off the field and you can say things like they won't take personal because they know it's their thing. It's the best for you and best for the whole entire unit. And I think that's something that's very important because at some point adversity is going to hit, and you need some guys like me and Jake and even Rod Kearney,
foxhole guys.
Yeah, real deal foxhole guys in there to don't listen to how we're saying it, it's what we're saying, and,
Exactly.
and things like that. And I think it's very important for us, to be leaders on this offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. That's what you build all year long. That's what we build all offseason, having that camaraderie, right? Coach Neighbor talks about the Foxhole guys being back-to-back, having trust in your brother. So, yeah, I'm super excited. I think that's, what has molded this team is just being able to everyone be kind of close together. So I'm excited for this. All right, we're going to get into the rapid-fire questions. Here we go. 9 questions in 90 seconds. Brought to you by Florida Victorious, Austin Barber. Let's do it. All right. Would you rather play in the heat or the cold?
Heat.
Yeah. Pre-game go-to song?
It's been Get By Jelly Roll.
Okay, Jelly Roll. All right. Favorite stadium atmosphere?
For me, I think it's Neyland Stadium in Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh, Rocky Top. Yeah. All right. Afternoon or night game?
I'm a night game guy.
Night game?
Yeah.
You gotta wait all day for the game.
I like to wait.
The atmosphere is a lot better.
Yeah.
All right. Practice is over. Dining hall's closed. We don't have a red card. Go-to meal on the way home?
Chick-fil-A, 100%.
Chick-fil-A. 100%. All right. It's Sunday. Chick-fil-A's closed.
Probably won't eat that day.
No, not eating. All right. Favorite NFL player?
Favorite NFL player is probably Trent Williams.
Yeah. He's got that big contract. A whole lot of money. All right. Your rewatch movie. You can put it on at any time. You can always rewatch it.
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun. Yeah. New one or the old one?
New one.
Gotta be. All right. Your go-to karaoke song. What are you singing?
It's going to be Don't Blame Me by Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift guy.
Yeah.
Don't tell Travis. All right. Your dream car if you could buy it.
Ford Bronco Raptor.
Ford Bronco Raptor.
Yeah.
All right. Any other sport you can't play football? What would it be?
I'm gonna go try to pitch in the big leagues.
Go pitch?
Yeah.
Go pitch in the big leagues. Yeah. Well, he's been working on his golf swing in the simulator. Obviously, we're still staying away from that.
I ain't doing that
one. Make big money over there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're going to get to it. We're going to put another 30 seconds on the clock. Austin Barber, you have 30 seconds to draw your best Gators logo. I know I said I was going to change it up. 30 seconds. Take it away for best.
You want the old one or the new one?
The new one.
The new one.
New one. All the details. You got 30 seconds. No peeking. No peeking. 30 seconds. Go. I know you're not a Picasso over there.
Yeah.
Let's see your best Gator logo. Don't worry. I'm sure. Oh. Clock's ticking.
Yep.
Gosh.
Chill.
It looks better than most people. Honestly, I don't even think I could draw Gators logo. I mean, most of the stuff I'm wearing is all Gators logo. All right, it's coming down to the wire. Should be about. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Austin, what do we got?
More of a fish, not a gator, but. Yeah.
All right. Well, good thing you're amazing left tackle and not an artist. We'll make sure to keep the NIL deals away from anything that consists of drawing. Once again, thank you, Austin Barber, for coming on the show. I'm super excited to have you and let the people know a little bit about your background and what it takes to be a left tackle. And obviously, this isn't possible without Florida Victorious. You guys don't understand how much. Your guys' support through the memberships helps us, as athletes, use our voice, right? Not just as athletes, but as people. So thank you guys again. Wingo out.